And welcome back, folks. paiN gaming with a very strong T side finish up a solid CT half and take the first map of Ancient 16-7. And now we move to their map pick of Nuke. It's a fast day play. I'm Boggs, joined by Pineapple Phillips. They're really making me talk fast here as Dane gets dropped on top of Hut. He's walled out. Rezu's up in that, rather, it's Grape up in heaven. Rezu's on that long flank as another friend coming up, Grape. And Grape and Jam are going to try and combine to make a very delicious meal of this A site. But I don't know if there's going to be anything to complement them up through heaven. No utility for the CT side, and the bomb ticking away more and more. Grape with that kit. He's keeping an eye on lobby, but in comes Rezu. Long flank finally initiated, but piguzera shuts down Jam. Rezu strikes for a second, and TIxCeeD will add one more, all down to PKL. He's back silo, but time is a factor. The kit, it's not here. PKL, has he done enough? Yes, he has, I believe. Wait,
He's got
no.
the kit. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Kit.
He's got it.
Never worried. Good clutch from TIxCeeD to start things off. It got a little bit down to the wire there, but they did well to really get back into the side. It was a 4 versus 5 from the outset. That player up top, Hut, was dropped immediately, and from there, they had the disadvantage. Rezu did good on the flank to find a way back into it, and from there, they just traded out. Very well done from Third Impact to take the pistol round on their CT side.
Yeah, it's a good start there, but let's see if paiN can get anything done with their AK, Hero AK on PKL. Everybody else with deagles and a bit of armor, Netgeese and a Glock and just a Glock. I'm surprised they didn't decide to go for the full force buy since they got the bomb down, but they did at the very least get a Hero AK and they could deal some damage.
Yeah,
It's overall a very peculiar lineup.
I was going to say, it's a really, really weird situation where they have one player fully investing onto that AK. In fact, it looks like it's been dropped back around to Biguzera now for the entry in towards the ramp. They're just going to try to play it together, play the numbers, get some upgraded weapons for those other remaining teammates, but Jam is doing a good job of delaying here towards the ramp. The MP9 is going to try and contest against the AK. The spray, though, doesn't quite land. And now we have a player with an MP9 potentially. Oh my goodness, that shot from PKL now is another gun. It's a Scout and a MP9, being recovered, and paiN Gaming's chances in this round are looking better by the minute.
That's a drive-by shot from PKL, and he'll get the AK back, actually, from Biguzera. Netgeese will hold on to the MP9, a deagle for Nython, and the Scout for Hardzao, and the A site now the target. They've gone up the ladder, but there's still one holding the line. That would be TIxCeeD. He's got one of the two M4A1s, and that nade's going to do a chunky bit of damage. Still swarming over the A side of the paiN Gaming players. Rezu's trying to work up through heaven, but TIxCeeD gets dropped by Bigu, closing that gap. Rezu and Dane now the last two alive. Bomb not yet down, and up through heaven. Rezu goes 1 and 2. Make it a third for Rezu, and it's all down to 2. Make it 1. Nython strikes. He swings, but he cannot convert the damage. Chest shot, not enough. And Third Impact will convert this round, but with the bomb down again, paiN can reinvest fully into this next round. And when you're going to see the money on Third Impact, it is going to be pretty darn bad here. They're not even going to be able to recover the AK either. We'll see how they shuffle money around here to get a buy up, but we know paiN are going to go for this full investment here. And even though Third Impact do have a 2-0 lead, it has come down to the wire in both cases.
paiN Gaming done well to make that make these rounds expensive, both of them. And as you can tell, as you mentioned, Grape and Jam, both on MP9s now. They're feeling the pain, and paiN Gaming, only one player really struggling, that's PKL. He's on the Galil. It's still a better rifle, a better weapon overall than one of those MP9s, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Galil's basically an M4, so doesn't get that bad. It's still a solid gun. Granted, you'd rather have an AK. I'll see how this engagement works out towards ramp. Jam doing his job, just buying time again, burning down the clock. paiN working outside, making sure it's all clear. Rezu Not going to get anything open early. And paiN are playing this rather slow and methodical, although Bigu's finally getting out towards ramp room, and the rest of the team will follow suit. The Molly and J Halls get a telegraph that it's going to be a B hit. That does seem to be the commitment here. paiN are sick and tired of having the retakes work on A, so they're going to try the other option. They're going to go down towards B, where Jam is waiting. He has a friend in towards double doors as well. That's going to be Grape, but Jam is squashed, and Grape is plucked by Bigu, who's got both. And then this post-plant scenario, Third Impact might not even try to contest.
Yeah, down by 2. Now, it was interesting. That defense looked okay from the start, but both of the players on the site had MP9s. And against the rifles, that really isn't going to get the job done unless you get the jump on somebody. And obviously, paiN were more than ready and expecting those players to be there. Very well done to get clean entries into the site. Looks like they might save all their rifles as well. And T-side economy will get off the ground very quickly. That's a very scary thing for Third Impact to go against here. And they will save their rifles successfully. There's not a voracious hunt coming through, but paiN Gaming getting a first round on the board here very quickly.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we expected, too, seeing how successful they were. Well, not actually getting the rounds on the board, they still did so much damage and put themselves in great spots to be able to win the rounds. Some good individual efforts from Third Impact pulled those first 2 rounds into their favor. But really, this gun round is kind of what we expected to come through from paiN. It was just a nice, solid take overall. And they do just that. Grape takes a little bit of team damage there. It's not exactly the start Third Impact we're looking for, as they're going to try and settle the score again, get back in the win column. Rezu outside's going to see the smoke walls coming through the outer yard. And he's going to just sit back behind Unbreakable. Jam getting boosted up in ramp room, but it looks to be an outside take coming in from paiN. Perhaps even a mini split hards out. Those spam by TIxCeeD. Going to be a good start. In comes Rezu! Traded back by paiN-nython, who takes a good amount of damage. But TIxCeeD and Rezu starting to heat up here for Third Impact. 2 critical players for them. We saw Jam have a very solid Ancient as well. They need the likes of Rezu, the likes of Grape, the likes of TIxCeeD to be there towards the top. And if it's Nuke, you want to see Dane coming up with the clutch plays.
Rezu's done very well to find the timings thus far in this game, very early on. First 2 rounds were flanks. This round currently, a nice timing on the jump up to find one before being done. So he's had a lot of impact early on. If he can keep finding those timings, keep making those reads, he's going to have a lot of lasting impact in this one throughout the half. Jam. He was the player boosted up. He has just the deagle. He's going to try to find something, try to get some information, perhaps towards trophy. At this point, Third Impact know it is a B play, and they know that there's nobody on the fast flank towards trophy.
Another bomb plant here for paiN, but the retake's definitely going to be on for Third Impact, a round they desperately want to win to keep their lead and shut down this budding T side. paiN-nython has to hold the ramp, but Bigu's already limited TIxCeeD. Bigu's got a second in the second event. paiN-nython strikes onto Grape, and it's all down to Jam. And he's going to hop on his horse and jam out of here. Nothing for him to do besides try and stay alive, and paiN-nython just missing the jump around into coat room is going to let him run and get out of dodge. There's a couple players on the hunt, though. PKL did get the kill. And actually, Jam's going to get the lucky kill on the PKL. It was a matter of timing and who looked the right way at the right time. Here comes Bigu, though, to get that timing kill back on him, and Bigu's definitely having himself a moment to 8-2 with 189 ADR in 4 rounds so far on Nuke. And now we have a broke Third Impact, and paiN Gaming have a prime opportunity to seize the lead.
It seems all but certain given the buy coming in from Third Impact. They have a flash, they have a deagle, nothing much else to work with. Looked very good with that pistol round to win, but both their wins coming on highly contentious rounds. paiN Gaming have been able to find impact in every single round thus far, and they're not looking to slow down anytime soon. They're going to play their game here, try to keep this as flawless as possible, and if they can do that, this economy is going to get out of control very quickly, and with that, paiN Gaming will begin to build a lead.
And that's what paiN want to do. They want to put that pressure on early. They already have the map advantage. This is now their map pick as well. This is what paiN really wanted to do, is just continue to exude the pressure from that BO1 that they won 2 days ago against Third Impact and just build off of that more and more. Get themselves into a good position in a contested, highly contested Group A here in ECLNA as well. And Third Impact have failed to weather the storm on Ancient. And Nuke has not been calm for them either. Even their 2 rounds came at quite a cost, and that's why they're so economically destitute right now. Nice little blindside there from paiN-nython onto Grape to start it up. Bomb still out in no man's land, and they can go either way they want to go. A or B, of course. Plenty of time to make their way down as well. Dane just unlucky to get ticked by the Molotov and finished off there by Nekiz. paiN-nython clearing out through Mini gives them even more opportunity to push forward. TIxCeeD finished off by Nekiz. And, well, this is a round we expected paiN to win, and it's a round that they essentially should, at this point, have locked down. If this is a 1v5 from Jam, this guy's got HLTV #1 player of the year.
This will be the greatest play of all time that I've spectated, if that was to come through. And I don't think that's going to happen. Jam's not even going to attempt it. Realistically speaking, his best hope is maybe a pick or two with this USP, a nice double dink on as a paiN-nython perchance. But no, paiN-nython is ready for the player in towards that coat room, in towards the locker room. And paiN Gaming do take the lead. They do build an economy very quickly. You can tell piguzera is already above 10k, as is paiN-nython. So to say the economy is kind of running rampant would be an understatement. Third Impact do have another rifle buy on the board, but they're lacking some utility here and there. They're lacking an M4 on Dangerous as well. And I don't think we've seen an op yet in this matchup either.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen an op on this map at any rate, and we'll probably be seeing one from Grape sooner than we'll see one from paiN-nython, given how Nuke doesn't exactly lead itself towards T-side opping. But maybe paiN-nython wants to channel his inner art and go for some aggressive opping plays. We'll see how things evolve here for paiN. But it's paiN-nython and PKL to eat the early damage for their side, and it's another default coming through here. TIxCeeD, though, takes a lot of damage on that squeaky door spam. Not to be careful not to get caught out by Hardzao, who's sending those rounds down range. Still plenty of time, though, for paiN to work around. They're expecting some aggression from Third Impact, though, which will not come. And as the time dwindles down more and more, perhaps we'll get some outside control being taken by Rezu and another flank coming through.
Rezu's been very good on the flanks. I would love to see another one coming through. paiN Gaming slowly getting control. It's a good flash. Jam caught looking right at it. It's just paiN Gaming running default, showing presence, and trying to find some sort of opening. They almost found one on TIxCeeD. I believe it was a dink through the door that tagged him down. If there was no door there, if it was shot out, it might have been the opening kill that paiN Gaming oh so desperately wants right now. And finally, it looks like they're going to decide. It's going to be an A play. 1-for-1. Rezu finds that, and it's just back and forth, but Grape dropping down, combining with Rezu. Shut down this take in the blink of an eye. It's 3 players to survive. That's very good for the likes of Third Impact. They keep things at an even scoreline of 3-3, but that economy I mentioned for paiN Gaming ensures that they have no problem reinvesting now.
Oh yeah, no problems whatsoever. They'll have a nice strong buy behind this round yet again. And they'll take the fight to their opposition once more. paiN looking to get their lead back again and not allow Third Impact to have any room to breathe. Oh, Nekiz gets run into a buy, a blind TIxCeeD who's got a pair. paiN-nython finally trades one back, but this A-hole looking strong right now from Third Impact. Dane's up on the scaffolding. He's not even playing Mustang. He's playing out in the middle of the open. He's got a brace as well. paiN-nython will grab himself a pair. I don't think there's much more he can do. He drops right down onto Rezu's head. If this was Mario, maybe he gets the Goomba stomp, but there, Rezu decides he just wants to shoot him instead. 4-3 now for Third Impact. They get their lead back. The individuals, though. Some of the individuals who were a little quiet on Ancient are showing up here big and early. Is Third Impact finally making a resurgence?
2 rather convincing victories with 3 players alive. They are beginning to make a bit of a resurgence, making a stand for themselves. And look at that, Rezu feeling confident, looking to cross, instead catches one up top on top of Marshmallow. A nice opening for Third Impact. Is paiN Gaming kind of stymied at this point? Their aggression has been called out. Their slower rounds have been called out. They have to try and work picks instead. There's one to tie things up, but it's only an evener. It's not an actual advantage here. Still a 4 versus 4. PKL, he's the one that looks to be the difference maker here. He's going to try to cross in towards the garage, hopefully find a timing on to Rezu, as Rezu's found on him prior, but no, instead of the timing towards ramp, piguzera pushes up ahead of the smoke thrown by Jam, and now paiN. This will be the play down in towards B.
PKL, though, could get timing by Rezu. Outer yard, it's going to come down to if they pass like ships in the night, and they will. PKL can get in the back lines, but so can Rezu down the secret stairs. In towards B. paiN are filing. Dane is around towards control room. Biggie with the Molotov. That's going to go too far. Dane forced forward. And he's lucky to be stuck here. Has a nice little smoke help from Grape. But he's going to be traded back and forth. And Grape will actually double down. Bring this to a winnable 1v2 for his teammate Rezu, who's come through the secret stairs. But he's actually now gone back towards ramp. He's gone the long way around, the long con for Rezu. He's been the top performer on this map by far for Third Impact. Looking to put the team in the backpack once again. Astralis plant comes in from PKL. Rezu will not stop it, but PKL can get caught off guard. And that'll happen right there. Crisp headshot from Rezu brings it to a 1v1. Molotov in hand, back to the guns. nython playing around the double doors as Rezu has to clear his angles, still has that Molotov available, and he'll use that towards the stairs. Isolating the fight now towards the double doors angle. Rezu is going to run out of time quickly if he's not careful. nython will tuck in towards the vents. Rezu pushing forward, has to make a move soon. The time, it's down, is very, very low. He'll close the door. nython goes in, as does Rezu, but it's nython to win the duel with the rifle, and not his weapon of choice, the op. And paiN will strike back. Rezu close, but no cigar when it comes to the clutch.
I like the idea of trying to go around the Molotov, making his opponent think he's going out towards the site instead, but in the end, that duel was just a duel and the bomb was entirely forgotten. It ticked away so far, in fact, that Rezu tried to save in the end, but a player was waiting for him with open arms. Very solid clutch there and a very solid attempt. In the end, though, it gets away from him. It's just pistols now for Third Impact. 5-7s purchased on TIxCeeD and Jam. Deagle on Rezu as well. Could find something, but even then, it's going to be hard-pressed to find more than one or two. Boost does come up. We've seen this find a kill or two before. Third Impact, they're looking to burst through the smoke, perhaps. The timing could work out in their favor here. Players are too close, though. Nick is in PKL, time into one apiece. Jam finds one in the chaos. Jam finds two at range. Running and gunning with the 5-7. We're back to even footing, and there are some recoverable rifles as well in the outside yard.
Yeah, and there's no armor to be had here for Third Impact, but they can still do the damage with the rifles. Jam, the first one to make contact against Biguzera, but the aim punch comes through to help finish him off, and Bigu will headshot Dane on the next engagement. TIxCeeD with 5-7 will try and do what he can, but what he can do is fall to the ground. 5-4 now for paiN. And where it seems like Third Impact had a little bit of life, it was leached away by nython and company. It was there for only a fleeting moment in time. And unless they're able to recover things here, it'll soon look like a distant memory as paiN are looking to explode on this half and absolutely dominate this half against Third Impact. A strong T half here, 8-7, 9-6 in the favor of paiN would pretty much torpedo all the chances for Third Impact in this matchup. Hardzow all the way down the vents, tag down to 36, but he's still holding down W. Looking to find somebody with a mouse one click. Jam up on top of the boxes out in ramp. Might catch himself a victim or two, but Hardzow's just waiting for a vent drop to come through from Third Impact. TIxCeeD debating the idea. Sees the blood in the vents and has no. Jam's found one though, but the crossfire is here. Still nython and Necky's gonna pair, but knife out. Great strikes. PKL trades. 2v2. Bomb recovered and moving down towards B. There's nobody down towards B to really contest this either for Third Impact, and there's still vents control coming through. TIxCeeD dropping down, looking the wrong way, spots the foot. Hardzow doesn't know. Hardzow, he's watching, but he's red. He still wins the duel. TIxCeeD comes up empty-handed, and it's all down to Dane in the clutch. He's a big clutch guy on this map. At least in times past, has not been the hottest player for Third Impact in this series so far. And he swaps to an AWP in a 1v2, a critical 1v2. You might even just try and save, though, give paiN a 6th round. It's a painful one to concede for Third Impact. A lot of economic implications at stake again. Third Impact will not be able to full invest despite saving the op into the next round. And paiN will already have achieved a very solid T-score on this map of 6 rounds. Things are looking bleaker and bleaker for Third Impact. They had life at the beginning. It looked solid for them. But as soon as Rezu lost that 1v2, it's all faded away.
It really has. I like the idea from Grape. He went down towards B. A lot of emphasis put on the ramp from Third Impact. Well read by them. They had the player boosted up. They had the player elbow. And they had the player down towards the site watching for that inside man who dropped down early on. It was a good play. And in fact, they played it quite well trading out. But in the end, trades can't get you wins. And that round is certainly testament to that. 5 AKs once again for paiN Gaming. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. and just some pistols around that lone hero rifle, which is in Dangerous's hands. The question is, can he be the hero his team needs? He's going to get aggressive with it, going to get cheeky with it, but I don't think anybody's really there to take an early op duel here in towards the lobby.
Here's the thing, too. Nython still hasn't pulled out the op on T's side. It's all been the CTs that have had the ops. Nython hasn't even really given it a sniff. And for good reason, the rifle is working for him. He's second on the team with 11 kills, just behind Bigu, who's had himself a lot of moments. Rezu, though, has been great for third impact. Needs to land the shots, though. And he's been unable to come up with anything. Finally does peek for one. That's Nython to fall. But a one-for-one trade will always favor the T side. And watching the flank, Hard Sounds got Grape's number and plucks him from the vine. Molotov out, Jam holding in towards Dark Cubby, looking to get some little cheeky bit of damage, maybe a rifle upgrade, and salvage a chance, but the flames will force him forward into the waiting arms of Biguzera. Messy spray, he converts it in the end. 7-4 now, and third impact become more beleaguered with every round. paiN put on the board. Victory quickly slipping out of their reach.
Yeah, props to Rezu, though, for really keeping his team in it. He has 13 kills, over 100 ADR, despite some other players struggling as well. TIxCeeD as well, putting up some decent numbers. In addition to that, Rezu has been really good on the times. I don't even know how he found one there with an eagle. He struggled at first and then went for the peek against 3 and still found one before falling. Third impact now, feeling the pressure. It looks like they're going to try to go for something a little bit cheeky. Grape getting aggressive towards the trophy room. This might go unchecked, but the question is, will paiN have anybody else remaining in the lobby? It looks like Biguzera is going to stick around, as is Hard Zao, but do third impact dare to peek all the way in towards lobby? That's the question.
They are going to go forward. It's Jam to take the first fight. He's got one, but in the meantime, he's going to be found, and a couple trades are going back and forth out in the open. Grape and Dane now bring it to a 3v1. PKL outside. Plenty of time to play with. That smoke will fade in mini soon enough, but Rezu's on his rear end. He's on the flank, and he should not have been heard. PKL's not ready. He's been spotted, and he's been all but finished off. Now finally struck down by Rezu. And third impact will grab a 5th on the board, but paiN with more than enough money to buy up again. Some aggression works out well for third impact. They hold their line, but they've already conceded 7. They get out of this with 8-7. Maybe they can get some life and move forward on that T side of Nuke. But paiN Gaming have seemed to not be fazed by anything third impact throw at them, whether it be Ancient or Nuke, CT or T. paiN seem to be ready for anything.
paiN well practiced as a unit, and this map is no different. Again, we mentioned they're a very competent Nuke team, and they're showing it to third impact right now. An advantage on T side. Very good start thus far. Again, they haven't secured it entirely. If third impact, as you mentioned, to sweep these last 3, it will be 8-7, but even then, I think that still works out for paiN Gaming. Full rifle buy here. Still no op for the likes of Nython, but more than at home here with the rifle, and paiN Gaming, again, going back to the slowish default setup in hopes of finding a pick before really deciding on where they want to go.
Hoping to catch off the aggression of third impact, too. That's what caught them off guard last round. A double up and a ramp. You're not going to expect this if you are paiN Gaming, especially with the op of Grape getting the opener. Jam, I don't believe, is real to his position either. Grape's going to fall away, and will they expect Jam behind the orange boxes? No, they won't. Jam's got a free pair. Actually, Grape will pick up one of those. TIxCeeD's found another. Nython, last alive, will get one small consolation frag. And the money for paiN is in a bit of a weird spot. Half-buy probably going to come through from them here. Hero rifle maybe for PKL. Everybody else, though, pistols and maybe some Kevlar. Third impact are giving themselves an opportunity to salvage this half, and it's definitely a great response considering how dark things were looking just moments ago. Still, when you consider the fact that paiN have 7 on the board, it's not going to be an easy task for them. It will be the hero rifle for PKL, the AK, pistols for the rest. An event drop from PKL.
Event drop only been done once before. It did work, but it's mighty audacious with the AK, the lone AK that you mentioned before. The pistol will have to do some work here and towards the lobby if third impact choose to take the duels, and TIxCeeD's getting a bit cheeky, perhaps towards the door. PKL, there we go. He starts off with a kill on Rizu, the heavy hitter of third impact, but now his position's known, and that's going to make things more difficult. paiN Gaming grouping up towards the ramp. Now they know they want to group in towards B with that player back towards the site. Jam, though, is not going to let this go for free. He's ready and poised.
He is definitely ready, and it's going to be Grape and TIxCeeD to get those opening. Now 3 kills. Dane's push forward with TIxCeeD to make it 4. And paiN Gaming are being washed away by Third Impact right now, swept by waves, as the T's just file in one by one, taking the fight. paiN Gaming, great work here from Third Impact. And PKL, not much you can really hope to do in this one. Spotted by Grape, not finished off just yet. Definitely not exactly a prudent fight to be taken by any of the Third Impact players as well. Save your guns and make PKL have to make a play himself. Up on top of silos, though, TIxCeeD is looking to grab himself the 3K. That's a bit unlucky there. That's a great read by PKL to even finish that one off.
Very surprised he even found that one. If you can find another, this will be some decent damage, especially given the economy currently for the likes of Third Impact. PKL lurking around. The important factor is, though, that bomb. It's all the way back towards the lobby. It's very far from the situation. He's going to try and fall back and save. He's spotted, though. Nobody will hunt. Third Impact saved their 3 rifles for the next. And tie things up 7-7. Suddenly, the 8-7 scoreline is looking quite feasible. Third Impact have turned things around here in the later stages of this first half.
They really have. It's a great turnaround from Third Impact. It's not something that really seemed to be expected, especially when they were sliding downhill very fast. But they found solid ground. They found some footing. They found a tie scoreline, 7-7. Can they make it an 8-7, though? Is this lucky sevens for Third Impact, or is this going to be paiN's victory in the end? A lot of Counter-Strike still have to be played, and things are going back and forth right now between these two teams. Grape decides to take initiative outside with the op in hand. In the meantime, the paiN Gaming squad are flooding elsewhere on the map. The op will not find anything unless PKL overextends his neck on top of Silo. TIxCeeD, and I believe that's Dane up on top of Mustang in a very good spot to shut down this push, but TIxCeeD gets volleyed off. He's blind and traded out nicely. Rezu able to get only one as Nakeez will double down. PKL with another, and it's all down to Jam. He's got the op in hand, and no saving is allowed on round number 15. He's been spotted, though, by PKL. The IGL for paiN finishes the job, and they'll take an 8-7 lead into half number 2. Third Impact made a good effort of it, but they were unable to come up with their CT half. paiN Gaming took it 8-7, and now they move to the defensive end of Nuke. The favored side, I'm Boggs, he's Pineapple Phillips. These two teams are battling it out, and only one team can pull off the win. Jam drops down, nython gets one, but is traded out instantaneously by Rezu, who's been a force to be reckoned with for this Third Impact side so far this map. This 4v4 situation does create a lot of space for paiN, or rather for Third Impact to exploit. But can they be successful? That remains to be seen. A still seems to be the point of contention, and piguzera as my favorite pistols on a pistol round, the dual Berettas.
Especially this close range in towards the lobby squeaky door. It's going to work incredibly well. Nice headshot onto the first. Just 2 bullets required. Hardzao takes down the second. The third coming in through mini does not fare better. It's just TIxCeeD coming up the ladder, and he goes right into the crosshair. PKL. Minimal movement required. paiN extend their lead to 2. They take the pistol round, and they should take another round following as well. Third Impact, they didn't get the bomb plant. That means they really can't justify a force buy, and they'll just go for the Glocks more than likely.
Yeah, they'll go for the Glocks here. And they'll try and get a buy at 10-7. But paiN Gaming just holding the line. That little aggression through Hut too. Absolutely perfection. The 1-2 punch between Bigu and Hardzao. And then when it comes down to it, you get that nice little kill at the end there just to whop it all up. 3 M4A1s and 2 FAMASs for the side of paiN. They are ready for a full buy from Third Impact in the next round. It's not something you see every day, is the full rifles in round number 2. But I do like this call from paiN. It's a very wise one, very prudent. Jam will get tagged down quite a bit, but TIxCeeD has made his way down the secret stairwell and into the tunnel. This could pose a problem for paiN Gaming if they're unaware of the possibility, and it seems that they are. Nobody's, at the very least, projecting the option that somebody could possibly be down B.
It's a very brief window of opportunity. It's just a Glock, keep that in mind. But nython doesn't have head armor, so there is an opportunity. The squeaky door blasted off as well, it appears. And one above will be opened. Hardzao finds Rezu early on. It should be just Glocks kind of falling apart here. Maybe the numbers game works against Neckies here in the ramp. So there are 3 players pushing from one side and 1 from the other. TIxCeeD, will he expect it? Neckies finds the first. Looking for more, he'll cross out. This should be a kill. Neckies should fall, but he still finds a second before TIxCeeD finally makes himself known. nython knows, ready for the flank. Great. Will get 1, but nython's here to hold things down. The least expensive weapon is dropped. It's the FAMAS. Still a hefty chunk of change. It's not an MP9, but still, if you're going to lose a weapon, you want it to be that one.
Yeah, it's not exactly the worst thing to lose an MP9, in fact, or rather a FAMAS. In fact, it's one of the worst guns in the game. So, not having a FAMAS could be considered a blessing. Hardzao will opt for an MP9 over a FAMAS here. Plenty of utility, though, for paiN to stop Third Impact in their first gun round buy. The Lil for Dane, AKs for the rest of the squad, and Hardzao up close and personal on Tetris, using the MP9's strengths, his close-to-range accuracy, jumping accuracy, and fire rate. Try and mow down anybody coming through the squeaky door. Rezu out on top of Marshmallow, looking to roast somebody in the flames, but nobody is overextending. Still lots of outside pressure. PKL could even go for that secret pop, and that might even be his call. That's a Molotov in hand, too. And if he does pop up the secret stairs, he could find himself with a treasure trove on the other end.
A lot of it relies on timing. It looks like they are occasionally checking it. Grape is the one doing so. In fact, they might have even spotted each other. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like Grape has an idea. He'll chuck the molly in, and PKL's opportunity burned away, at least for the time being.
Look at this unbreakable CT wrap. It works out well. Great flash from Rezu. TIxCeeD and Rezu popping heads and making some space. piguzera goes up top, but he's only able to send 1 down and takes a bit of damage on that engagement. Lucky to even be alive and able to get that kill. Rezu, however, makes his way down the secret stairs. They're going to use TIxCeeD as a bit of a lurker, trying to keep this paiN team in confusion. However, all 3 paiN players rotating down towards B. One's out towards ramp, the other 2 in lobby. Could get caught off by Jam here. Neckies working his way down on towards the B site. Cannot stop the plant, but Bigu's got Jam, and now Dane's making all the noise. Neckies knows where he is, but he has to be wary of more people being around. Dane will spot him, but Neckies catches him in reload animation. Rezu's low on health, 23 HP. TIxCeeD not much better. Rezu run over by Hardzao on the MP9, and what looked like a favorable situation situation for their impact has turned against them swiftly. paiN Gaming looking to put this one to bed. Oh man, they are all just swinging on single door. That is the worst thing you want to see if you're TIxCeeD. You just turn around that door and there's 3 guys all just staring at you.
They were kind of clumped up, right? So there was an opportunity. We've seen the lineups happen before and to great effect on Ancient. Of course, that op collateral comes to mind, but in the end, it doesn't work in his favor in that case. paiN Gaming take that round 11-7. Didn't look like it could go their way, but made it work there in the end, especially on that retake, making it look very convincing in the end. nython now has an AUG in hand. It's not quite the op, but it still has lasting impact, especially with the scope on top. Third impact, we do have the hero rifle on Rezu, and we do have some pistols as well. So some players investing, some not. Dangerous down to $0 in the bank, but everybody else at or around 2K.
Yeah, everybody aside from Dane's in a relatively okay spot. Perhaps he'll just go on a Deagle or a Tech-9 or a Mac-10 in the next round. Either way, though, TIxCeeD's the one to take the first bit of damage. PKL tapping away. Actually gets benefited by a team kill from Rezu onto TIxCeeD. Rezu will make up for his transgression by taking down his opposition. But in comes nython now. AUG in hand, not his op, but still effective with it. Double spray down, and now hardZao will mop up the last. 5-round lead for paiN Gaming. Third impact stuck at 7. They failed to win any round so far on the T side, and the timeout's going to be called by the aforementioned third impact squad. They know this is a crossroads. This is where they need to make their stand. It's not the end of the war per se, but it's a critical battle that could lead to their demise. Also, it looks like Rezu is stuck over on the mini-map and is having engagements towards CT spawn. I love this game sometimes.
Bit of an unfortunate glitch, but, you know, we have time to work out those issues, as we do have that pause, hopefully concluding sooner rather than later. And third impact, they really need to get around on the board and quick, as you mentioned. This next round is incredibly important. If they can't win this rifle round, I say rifle round, Dangerous is on a Mac-10 due to his last round bye. If they can't win this one, they're going to be on a save, and paiN Gaming will very likely have 14 at that point before they can get more rifles on the board, and that's not enough room to work with, realistically speaking.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough really there for third impact if they're unable to come up with this round. They kind of need to win this to give themselves a chance on Nuke. Take us to Mirage, which would be map number 3. Jam drops down the vents, though. He has been heard, surely. He's waiting for a follow-up peek from paiN, but it will not come. Jam running around in towards vents. In the meantime, his teammates are working out our yard. PKL peeks into the opening. Grape is ready for it. Necky's working around. He's out towards B, trying to make sure there's nobody else besides the one he heard or had his teammates drop down the vents. He's still creeping forward, though. His third impact stalled out in middle. hardZao around. The smokes will go down. He'll hide, waiting for a flashbang. Goes back, will spam. Not going to find damage, though, and that's a bit of a problem. Grape now taken down a little bit lower. nython makes his way down towards B. Jam still in the vents, waiting for the drop. nython tucks in the dark cubby. He's waiting for a Molotov that probably will be coming forth from TIxCeeD. But Rezu picking up hardZao makes this a lot more difficult. TIxCeeD strikes for Necky's. It's all down to Bigu, and nython is a 5v2 for third impact. And the Molotov forces nython into the open. He'll get one, but only one. The bomb sits on the ground, but Grape's zoned in, has the op in hand. He'll go back, double scope, single scope. Just holding the line where he knows Bigu is. Bomb can be recovered. They're not going to get it just yet. They were waiting for Rezu on the flank. Great play there from third impact. It's Rezu again to come in with a backstab. And a round that was a must-win scenario for third impact goes their way.
Rezu's still having a good game for himself. 21 kills. I think that's the top of the server. Yes, it is. Isn't exactly reflected in the team score lines necessarily, but he's still doing his darndest to keep the team in it. paiN Gaming still have full rifles on the board, including the op now for nython. He is bringing it out on the CT side to challenge the likes of Grape. Question is, where will it be positioned? I'm imagining it wants to be nomadic. It wants to go different spots in different rounds, and, well, it has to make its presence known first here in this opening round for it.
It's not the worst of buys for paiN. A little lack of utility is a bit of a problem, but nython does have a zoom banger, the big green gun in his hands, to try and deal the finishing blow. hardZao up and around, looking to get some work done. Grape, and really the rest of Third Impact still around their spawn. They do have ESL up towards Silo, but that's the really most advanced position they have. Lobby could have been crunched on already. Jam's a little late to control that. And they could have pushed up ramp as well. All the utility going outside, though. It's a very telegraphed play, but Third Impact are using this as a fake. That's the intention. They want to get the focus towards outside, and PKL is seeing absolutely nothing. He knows everything that's going on right now. As you can see the collapse of the CT side towards the A side. Now PKL will get himself a free one onto ESL. The Lurker outer yard. The rest of Third Impact in towards lobby. They're going to rush out onto the site. Hardzal might be blind, but he's got a free one onto Jam, who wins that duel. But piguzera's got his mates back. He'll double down and has Netkeys to help him out too. Grape now in a 1v4. And the op is not the best gun for this scenario, especially on the map of Nuke on T side. He'll run into Nython's big green, and it's going to be a 13-8 scoreline now in the favor of paiN Gaming. Nython will swap out the skin. And paiN continue to put the pressure on. Third Impact can buy up here. Short little tech pause. Looks like it's going to be for a year from paiN Gaming. But right now, Nate, Third Impact, they had that moment of brilliance. And what happens after? They get snuffed out.
Immediately after. Now, they can maybe scrounge a buy together. In fact, you can tell they're already kind of leaning towards that play. Rezu already investing. Dangerous as well. So the buy is going to come through. Tech pause very quickly concludes, and we are back into it. Jam getting a Galil. There are going to be some concessions made here. ESL, are you going to prioritize utility, or are you going to prioritize the rifle instead? That is the question. Either way, paiN have almost everything they could desire. 3 AKs. piguzera does at long last pick up that M4, and Nython has the op that he had in the round prior. He's going to go towards the outside as well, maybe try to find a nice opening onto someone crossing towards Big Red. But the smokes should at least mask their presence for the time being. Never mind, Nython takes a shot as the smoke blooms, drops Rezu, and that is the heavy hitter of Third Impact, taken down without so much as a whimper.
Yeah, it's not a good start here for Third Impact. Rezu has been the man to watch for them, and ESL walks dry into ramp, and Netkeys will rip his head clean off. Jam, Dane, and Grape trying to make something out of this round, but it's like trying to make something out of nothing. They have ramp room, and that's about it. They're down by 2 players. They're low on utility. 3 flashes, all they have to their name. Running towards B, though, but there still is a Netkeys, and he's going to get nothing on his fadeaway. Somehow he's tagged down far too low, but he's bought a lot of time for rotations to come through. He's read the play quite well and given his team the retake advantage by far. 2 players already in towards single door. PKL spots out one just on that little quick clear. Now the bomb can't even go down because of the open angle. Netkeys is still alive and a threat. He's got a 1 on the headshot. He might be a 1 shot, but he's still delivering 1 kill. Grape will trade it back at the very least, bring it to a 1v4 again. Will be a 1v5 ace clutch if he can come up with it. He'll spray down Nython too. Sticks to the op. He goes to the op in a 1v3.
Audacious, I'll give him that. He's feeling it evidently, but it has no effect. The player close towards Decon catches him rechambering around. paiN Gaming have penultimate series point at this point, 14-8, 6 rounds ahead, and Third Impact. They're going to reinvest here. They're going to make their stand as best they can, but it's 3 AKs, a Tech 9, and a Mac 10. They do have utility to work with, but the buy is desperate, and paiN Gaming, they looked quite comfortable. They still have 4 rifles. They still have the op for Nython, and they're looking to put this game in the history books.
They're looking to win this one 2-0 and move up the standings here in ECLNA. They still have a very contested group, especially with ATK being at the top of the standings at 4-0. So paiN have a lot to prove here. Have a lot of work to do. Third Impact. They're starting to fall like flies again. Netkeys with the opener. Bigu might be blind though, and he's fallen. ESL grabs a pair. PKL's come through. Dane tapping away with a Tech 9 to a level footing 2v2. But here comes Nython. He's got the op. He's fallen down, and he's dropping Dane as well. The P250 to finish the job. And at a 15-8 score line, a 7 map point match point affair now as paiN have gotten to 15. And the buy from Third Impact is going to be dismal at best. It's not going to be pretty. Galil's, a couple AKs, and let utility. A timeout call by Third Impact as well. Their last chance in the series to keep themselves alive.
Backs literally against the wall at this point. paiN, there's no change to their weapon composition. It's been full rifles, and it's been the op for Nython for a little while now. Nython having good impact. He's at 24 kills. Neki's close behind him, or excuse me, Biguzera close behind him at 23. Neki's isn't doing too bad himself. In fact, nobody on the side of paiN Gaming is really struggling here. Looking at the likes of Third Impact, Rizu, he's slowed down quite a bit. Last time we mentioned him keeping his team in it, he was at 21 kills, and he is still sitting at 21 kills. So if he can come to life here in this round with his AK, there is hope to continue this one.
More kills coming back here for paiN. Bigu's got 2. PKL sprays down another Bigu with the hat trick. They all file in, and it's going to be paiN sealing the deal. 16-7, 16-8. And it doesn't get much cleaner than that from what we saw from paiN.
It doesn't. It looked like paiN had control of both maps, both Ancient and Nuke going their way fairly convincingly as well. paiN just across the board looked